That's the difference between him scoring that goal and not scoring that goal. Yo, what's going on, Team 20? I hope you're all super well. Today is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
And I'm not doing a whole lot, and I've seen a ton of requests over the last weeks saying, Sheldon, please do a game analysis. And I thought, you know what? Let's bring it back. I haven't done one of those in a while, and I know you guys absolutely love them. So today I'm going to be analyzing my match from a couple of weeks ago, and then we'll slowly get through the other ones that I haven't done as well. Now, it's going to be a slightly longer video, but this stuff is so important. If you analyze your games, you're simply just going to become a better player. Now, I'm wearing another Colombian top, and people still continue to ask, Sheldon, why do you wear Colombian tops? This is because my mentor, who I've known for the last 4 to 5 years, he's Colombian. He's the guy that was over in Spain, and he's the guy who has taught me all about this video analysis stuff, what to look for, and he's just overall made me a better player. So that's why I rep the Colombian jerseys. He gave them to me as a sort of present, and his football IQ is just through the roof. He studies football, he analyzes every single game, he doesn't play too much. He's more focused on his coaching, he's so switched on. But now, let's jump into analyzing my match. So, welcome. Now, we've got the game analysis. I've got the computer down here with the video on the screen. This is going to be pretty raw footage with me just talking over the top. I know I'm in the bottom corner. And yeah, so to start off, let me move this. I'm playing left wing in this game. This was from a couple weeks ago when I scored a hat-trick. I'm holding my position out wide because have a look at this line. I know I can't really draw lines on this. It's really difficult to see where it is about. But if a ball comes over the top, I'm through. Hence why I decided to hold my line there. We weren't in any real danger of attacking. Now, great touch there. And my objective here, don't worry, I let it play. I don't stop and start all the time. If I do, then I let you guys see. My objective here is to get in front of this guy to block his path. With the first touch, executes that perfectly. The second one is the one that lets me down. So if we take another look, the ball comes down, I control it, and then that second touch is a little bit too firm, and then I get tackled. So the whole objective there was to eliminate him from the game with that second touch. Now, great ball over the top here. And this is where speed comes into it. This guy has a couple of meters on him, but he has a couple meters on me. But here's the thing, I'm on his shoulder. If you see there, he's worried because he has to watch the ball, and it almost looks like I'm making my run around him. Now, this is perfect because he thinks at that point, he can't see me and the ball. So when I decide to run in front of him, he doesn't expect it, and I can get my arm up, even though I'm not the strongest. My arm, it stops him from getting to the ball. So I get my arm and I chase through, and then I beat him in the battle there. Now, at this point, there's no point for me to go forward. If I go forward, I can't. The only real reason I would go forward is to go in there, cut off his run, and I win a penalty, or I get tackled, or I get thrown goal, sorry. But the chances that I get tackled are quite high. So, you know, we'll let this play through. I want to just show you the next part. We'll let it play again. At this point here, I see I'm in a 1v2. I'm thinking, man, I can't do anything. So I think, well, I got to turn back. I turn back again, protecting the ball. He lunges in, pushes me over. Now, a lot of people still think that I hit my head on the ground. This is the part that hurt my head and almost, well, pretty much made me concussed for the rest of the match. See how he knees me? The falling on the face in the dirt, that didn't even hurt. I didn't notice that. So if we take that back and watch the whole thing again, now you guys will get to see how this all came about to get to that opportunity. See, thinking about where the defender is, I analyze the situation there. Get my body in between the ball and the player. It is so important, whether it's to protect the ball or win a penalty or a foul. Here, I'm going to stop it. This keeper, last time I did a one-step penalty against him, he would remember. Not a lot of people do the one-stepper. I went to this side of the goal. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a slow run-up, see where he goes. But I already kind of knew I wanted to go the opposite way because, you know, he's thinking, well, he won't remember. I remember everything, man. So I slowly move, and as he steps that way, I'm thinking, well, I've scored because I just go the opposite way. Easy goal. The one-step penalty is so good. Just practice it for me. Go out there, practice it. Here, I'm going to let this one play through and I'll take it back a second. I make my run over the top and then I go for a Ronaldo chop and he wins the ball off me. Now, at this point here, it looked like he was coming in to try and tackle me. So I'm thinking, well, I'll get the megs on him, go around him, and then go through and goal. That wasn't the case at all. So what I should have done here is, if I can take this back, sorry. sometimes this is a pain to work. At this point, I should have protected the ball. Maybe cut back, but somehow been able to face him. So if I take my touch this way maybe, so now I'm out in this area, and then I can face him, so it's a quick turn, it's a quick movement, or you know, another option is to do a right foot step over to pretend to go in and then cut out, just to give me that bit of space so then I can run it in, because from this angle, all I can do is cut away and pass, and not a whole lot. So I tried something, it didn't come off, but if it did come off, it would have looked good. Well, it wouldn't have looked good, it would have been good. So, you know, that's a little thing there where I misjudged where the defender was. Here, I get through on goal. Look at this, it's bouncing about, and looking back on it, I remember the comments on this saying, Sheldon, you need to go through on goal here. I think it's difficult because look at this bounce, it goes up high, bounce, bounce, bounce. And maybe I could have like shot from there, but the shooting session that I had the day before, I was missing a fair few of these shots from this angle, just missing the goal. So I didn't feel confident. And if you don't feel confident in a match, you shouldn't do it unless, like, you know, sometimes you just pull it off and it works. But I didn't feel confident in that shot. I know that probably could have been an option, but I thought, I don't feel confident. And in the back of my head, I knew from the shooting session, I didn't think it would work out. So this is why I love to do this game analysis, to run you guys through what I was thinking at the exact time, because it's so easy to watch that and go, why didn't you hit that? But I'm thinking something else completely different to what everyone else is thinking. So I cut it back, and I was going too quick. This defender comes in and wins it. Let me play that again for you guys so you can see. It was a good run in behind. Again, staying on his shoulder. The fullback didn't know where I was at all. And it's a bouncing ball. That is difficult to hit, man. And look, maybe it was the option. Maybe I just need to swing my foot through it. But that cutback wasn't the option. It just wasn't the best idea. I should have stepped on the ball and just stopped it. Because once I had cut back and tried to do something, I'd lost control of the ball. So, not good by me. Here, I always know that this guy is going to be faster than anyone else he's up against. So if I can get it in this sort of space, he's just going to win the foot race. And it's just vision as well, knowing without even looking. I wouldn't have even had to look, except sometimes this guy drifts out of the wing position, so I do look. But the ability to know that he's going to be there, so I just switched that ball. Here, free kick. This was actually a really good free kick, just the wrong spot. So that's something I need to work on for sure. The flight and the direction, as you can see, it lands. It beats every defender and lands in a perfect distance sense, but it wasn't the right depth. That's good, but it needs to be in there. If it's in there, now I'm causing real problems for the keeper. Does he have to come out? If he comes out and our guy gets a header, it's a goal. If our guy gets a free header, it's going to be a goal. So, look, good depth. No, not depth, distance on the free kick, but not the depth towards the goal that I would have liked. So, again, another little thing to work on. Now I get the ball here. I pretty much bring this down to being unlucky. What I wanted here, I fall over, we'll let it play. What I wanted here is, at this moment, I cut in, and then I wanted to cut and then go back down the line and get across him, because we had just crossed the ball, so I knew the ball had to go into the box, and I was probably going to put it far post, but, what can you do? When something like that happens, you have no real control over what's actually happening, and, I fall over, and immediately I make the mistake. I'm in distance to win the ball back, so I put pressure on, and then we can then maybe win the ball back, and I think we do there. Here, good ball over the top. Don't have a whole lot of options. Cut it down the line, and I go to put a cross in. Could I have given that to the striker? You can see this striker gets really annoyed at me. I don't think there's a passing angle there. Let's have another look, see what I could have done better. Always looking to improve. I think it could have, definitely, if I reached around more, maybe clipped it over that first foot that guy's putting up and into that area. It's a possibility. But the ball was running away from me, so look, it is difficult, and yeah, I should have got around that, but that's a tough one because it was far away from me to get around that. It was definitely the pass that I had to make. It's just whether I could have, pulled it off, possibly. corner there, good corner. Timing my run, I win the ball back here, and then I look to create something with a ball. So I stand this guy up in a 1v1 and drag a couple players. I can't even remember this. Oh yeah, so what I was looking for was a chip ball over the top here because I thought that this guy would continue his run. And when you see this sort of thing and you see this guy stepping up, that's the perfect time to put a ball in behind. I absolutely love that as a winger. So I thought he was going to continue it, and I just didn't quite get the height on the ball. So it just wasn't the best pass, really. Stand this guy up again, absolutely killed him, and then a shot. Now, some people say Sheldon, I'm trying to remember the comments from this video, and people saying, Sheldon, you need to pass more in the final third. Sheldon, you need to pass. Sheldon, you need to pass. Now, my coach told me, Sheldon, when you get to the edge of the box, I want you to shoot. He told me this in training, and we were doing a training drill where it was working on passing, and then he said, when it comes to you, I want you to shoot. So that's what I did. But I took this guy on. I love this skill move. Made him fall over, and then I get to hit. Now, is there a passing option? Not really. Where? Do I pass to this guy, and then what does he do? These are the sort of things you need to think about. What another option could have been is dribble towards this guy a little bit closer so he commits, and then lay this guy off into the space. Yes, that's another option. But I can't play the striker. What's the striker going to do? There's no real options. And when I'm on the edge of the box and the coach is telling me to shoot, what do you think I'm going to do? Especially me, I love shooting, I love scoring goals. If the coach is telling me, Sheldon, shoot from the edge of the box, man, oh man, I'm going to take that every day. So I shoot, and yeah, just a poor shot. If that goes in, what would we all be saying? That's how I like to kind of look at it. If that's a shot that could have gone in. So it's risk versus reward. If you don't risk anything, you're not going to get any reward. But yeah, that's the sort of thing where, again, another shot goes out for, I think it went for a throw-in. But that's the sort of thing where you don't take any risk and everyone goes, oh, you should have done this. But in my head, I'm going, man, okay, if I can get this shot off, that's going to be a great shot. It's a good shooting opportunity. It didn't get blocked by anyone. And if it goes in, we all go, far out, this guy's amazing. So, you know, I'm not so concerned about what everyone's thinking. It's more thinking about what can you actually create in the final third? Can you create a goal-scoring opportunity? I think we look at these top players like, you know, for example, Bale scoring in the Champions League final. We look at that and go, far out, this guy's amazing. If that shot didn't go in, what would we be saying? Oh, he's so stupid for shooting from 40 yards out. Why would you shoot from that far out? But he did, and you know what happened? He scored. So we all go, this guy's a genius. And it's those little things that, you know, you got to think about. That's just my thoughts. Here, this is extremely poor by me. I try and take a 1v2. This is not the right option. Now, when I receive the ball, let's take it from here. This guy, my teammate, I guess maybe I could pass to him. Let's check this out. This could be interesting. What's an option here? Oh, it's kind of getting blocked off. I could play it down towards the line, I was thinking, but I feel like he's just going to get pressed and we're not going to achieve anything. When I looked at this back a couple minutes ago, I think the option is take that touch, good. Now look to create a cross that is kind of a floaty one, but if it misses everybody, it's going to go in the goal. So this guy can run onto it, and I know there's another guy coming on the back post in a second, you guys will see. That's the sort of option I should have taken. So here, this touch there, bang, cross it. Oh, that was too late. But that touch before, that was pointless. That was just stupid by me, and you see I go to work back. Here, what you'll notice, I don't get a lot of great service in this half. It's a lot of long ball in the air. Here, I try to control. Maybe I should have just left it, but I didn't think he was even. I thought the guy was going to header it. So that's the first service, which, you know, wasn't the best. This is a second one. I'm trying to do my best to somehow get an opportunity to run at players, which is what I love doing. So I push him in the back a little bit. Now he's coming in at me because he's all angry. He argues with the ref. We win the throw-in. The next one, from a throw-in. So these are things that you've got to deal with. So I tried to chip it there. Didn't work out. And then this guy goes through the back of me. I tried to dive. You never know what might happen there. He might get a red card. But, you know, it's difficult. And here, this is the sort of thing. Good. I have space in front, in the box, composed. And I go to shoot a little bit too high. But I love the service to the feet. Here we go. This is the sort of thing I want. Straight to my feet. Now I'm running at this guy. Scissor, scissor, scissor. double scissor, and then straight across the box. And if this guy's thinking, as a striker, if you guys look here, I'm not a striker, but if you're a striker, have a look at that. He's missing out on 2 meters there, which is everything in football. If he's 2 meters higher up, that's the difference between him scoring that goal and not scoring that goal. And I knew he was in the box. I knew as well that he was on the shoulder of this guy. So this defender right here that I'm circling that's in the box, he has no idea that this guy's there. And when the striker is free like that, it's back post every time. Straight across goal. And he says sorry because he knew exactly what he had to do. Here, I'm looking for the ball. And I want you guys to watch this one. So I let it run. I let it run for one specific reason until he dives in. And that's all reactions. Again, trying to create something. It's the final third. That's where you create something. And somehow I got a foul. So I got a foul when the guy tugged me there. So when he tugs me there, I get the foul. But why do I let this roll? Some of you might be asking that. When he's coming towards me, notice how I wait. I know this guy's going to dive in. And if he doesn't, I'll control it. And I know that this guy, someone is going to be overlapping me. Someone has to, because I'm going into space. Well, look at all this space I'm creating for someone to run into. Like, someone has to be there. So I decide to let it roll. I let it roll. Until he dives in, and I know, if you guys can understand this as well, when someone dives in to make a tackle, their leg is like this. Now, if you can chip it over that leg, they will never win it. So if you're trying to do a cut move or anything like that, try it with a little chip, and the defender's no chance. I love this move. So watch it. I chip it over his foot and I'm away. Those are the little things that you need to focus on. Here, I try and stand him up. I want to get that ball into the box, but again, it's a 1v2. I decide to not take them on. I think, well, I need to get it in the box. I learned from last time. Corner. This one's a good corner. Nice whip. Nice power, nice height, and it wasn't too soft. I really dislike corners which kind of go like that because it's extremely difficult for anyone in the box to get a header on it, and it's a lot less dangerous. So that's the sort of ball I always look to do here. I've watched this one back, and you know, what can you really do there? That was offside for the second one. What's my options now? You know, do I time it better? I don't think so. It's behind me. You can't really control that. I guess I could stop, but I already had the idea in my head of what I wanted to create. Looking back on it, if I was aware that this guy here, my teammate, is running there, the best thing to do here is just step over it, let the ball continue while this guy here is going to run with me. And if I do that, have a look, being aware, he would have been through on goal. So it's little things like that. I needed to be more aware of where my teammate was. And if I was, he could have scored. Just more awareness. Here, I was extremely disappointed I didn't get the ball there. I'm free on the back post. Ball eventually comes to me. Composed and finish. I don't think I need a touch on that. It's just a composed finish. Taking a touch inside the box. Composure in the box is number one. You need composure. Here, ball comes out. I try to win it, but that guy was definitely getting to it. And I decide to dribble. I see this run. I hold him up. Do I want to touch on this? Yeah, let's quickly touch on it. So why do I decide to make this pass? I always wanted to take this guy on, but I knew that this guy was running in. And if, this is again, back to the last thing. What if this guy decided to have a first time strike? Have a look. And it came off. Bang. Or a chip, like if he towed that, or just as it bounced is another option over the keeper. Could have been a goal. But I think we all get into this habit of going, that was the wrong decision because it didn't work. And I think if we can all get out of that habit, then you're just going to become better players. Just because something didn't work doesn't mean it was the wrong decision. So his decision to take a touch here, it could have been the right decision. It depends on, maybe he thought that he wouldn't have been able to get the ball. There's a whole lot of different factors that go into it. And it nearly came off, but it wasn't to be. Here we were up. He slide tackles. I just want to waste a bit of time, so I just let it run. Simple stuff. Here, cheeky little dab by Sam. Now, let's take this back. I want to analyze this dab. So you can see if we take this forward a couple frames and we get to his arm. Now, I think this is a great dub because you can see the extension on the arm. The left arm is completely up in the air, and he's got a nice little triangle going on in there. So mad props to Sam. I think that was really well executed. But my corner wasn't. Way too deep. I always say on my corners for someone to run far post, because when I do whip those corners, it is a possibility that we'll go over the top and miss everybody. We'll let this run through. Good goal. Let's take it back. So I'm standing here and I see this guy and kind of watch what I do here. So I run, and as soon as I see that this guy steps up a little bit, I also know they're playing 3 at the back. I heard their coach say it. I know they're playing 3 at the back, which means this guy in the middle is a 1v1 with him, which means there's going to be more space in the middle, as well as space out wide, but there's space in the middle. So I make my run, and now I'm like, I've scored, because this guy right here has decided to step up. I'm through. So when I get this ball, I know I'm 1v1 with the keeper. I take a touch, and that leg lift right there, that's what allows me to score this goal. I lift my leg and see how the keeper has to stop. He's stopped, and now he's low. He can't reach, he can't jump. He has no ability in his legs to move anywhere. He could maybe move to the sides, which is why I decided to chip it. And when you chip, here we go. When you chip, he can't reach it at all. Even though it still went quite close to him, there was no chance because of that little leg lift. Be composed in front of goal. If you look at all 3 of my goals there, every single one of them, I was composed. The penalty, the second one, touch inside the box. The third one, touch inside the box again. Be composed in front of the goal. In front of goal, biggest thing. I think that's it. Have we got something else? Oh, we got something. Oh, here we go, we do. Last little thing. This is why I love playing number 10 here. So I let the ball run, chip it over this guy's foot, and drive forward. When I drive forward, I know the space is out wide, and I play that ball. I continue my run. It doesn't work out, but we'll take this back, chipping it again, chipping it over the guy's foot, and then driving forward. Now, when I drive forward, have a look at everybody. This guy moves towards me, this guy moves towards me, this guy moves, he's moving towards me. So you need to think, where's the space? I know the space is on the right-hand side because we just won the ball here. So it has to go to the opposite side, always. So I win the ball, we go forward, I switch play, and then we can try something there, and then this ball doesn't quite work out. But that is going to conclude the match analysis. What are we, 22 minutes? Bit of a longer video, like I've said, but these game analysis are so important. Make sure you guys start analyzing your own games. Have someone videoing it. You guys can see this isn't the best because it's on a low level. A lot of people say, Sean, what tripod do you use? What camera do you use? Use your iPhone, get someone to film for you. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just get the footage, not only for a highlights video, but so you can learn and improve as well. Hope that helped at least one of you. Team Tweety, I'm signing out. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're around. Enjoy joining us in MIDFIELD. Bye.